There is one emotional mistake that is absolutely destroying your peace of mind right now, and you probably do not even realize you are doing it. It is killing your relationships, it is wrecking your confidence, and it is making you miserable. Worst part? Most people spend their entire lives making this mistake and wondering why everything feels so personal, so heavy, so exhausting. But once you see what it is, you cannot unsee it. So let me show you. The big emotional mistake is this: taking things personally. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, yeah, I have heard this before, stick with me, because I am about to show you exactly why you keep doing it, even when you know you should not. And more importantly, how to actually stop. Quick question. Have you ever gotten a text that completely ruined your day? Like someone said something slightly off and suddenly you are replaying it in your head for hours trying to figure out what they really meant? Comment 1 if that has happened to you this week. Comment 0 if you are somehow immune to overthinking texts. Because here's what's happening. When we take things personally, we turn every comment, every look, every silence into evidence that something is wrong with us. And that is exhausting. Taking things personally is like wearing a pair of distortion glasses. Everything you see gets twisted. Someone does not text back, they must hate you. Boss gives you feedback, you're getting fired. Friend cancels plans, they are avoiding you. None of that is true. But your brain is so busy making it about you that you cannot see reality anymore. You are just walking around with these messed up glasses, seeing threats that do not actually exist. And once you start taking things personally, you are on edge all the time. You are waiting for the next criticism, the next rejection, the next thing that is going to prove you are not good enough. It is like playing defense in a game that never ends. Exhausting, right? Here's the kicker. Most of the time, the thing you are stressing about has nothing to do with you. Your boss was in a bad mood because of their problems. Your friend canceled because they were overwhelmed. But you made it about you. And here's where it gets even worse. When you take things personally, you cannot grow. Think about it. Someone gives you feedback that could actually help you. But instead of listening, you are too busy defending yourself. They do not understand. They are just being mean. Who are they to criticize me? And boom, you just missed an opportunity to get better. Because your ego was too busy throwing a tantrum. Let me paint you a picture. You are at work. You present an idea. Your manager says, I think this needs more research. If you take it personally, you hear you are incompetent and lazy. You get defensive, maybe even argue. But if you don't take it personally, you hear this idea has potential, and with more data, it could be even better. Same words, completely different outcome. One path leads to conflict and stagnation, the other leads to growth. Real talk. Have you ever received criticism that hurt in the moment but ended up making you better? Comment 1 if yes. Comment 0 if all criticism just feels like an attack. Because the difference between those two responses is whether you are taking it personally or not. Okay, and here's the relationship killer. When you take things personally, you become impossible to talk to. Someone tries to have a conversation, you get defensive. They try to clarify, you get more defensive. Now you are in a full-blown argument about something that was not even about you. And the other person is standing there thinking, how did we get here? It is like hitting a brick wall every time someone tries to communicate with you. Eventually, people stop trying, not because they do not care, but because talking to you feels like walking through a minefield. So why do we do this? Here's the psychology. Humans need validation. We need to feel like we are enough. So when someone criticizes us or rejects us or even just disagrees with us, our brain panics. Wait, does this mean I am not good enough? And that fear is so uncomfortable that we immediately try to defend ourselves. We take it personally. We make it about our worth. But here's the truth bomb. Your worth is not up for debate. Someone else's opinion does not get to decide if you are valuable. You already are. So how do emotionally intelligent people handle this? They separate the issue from their identity. When someone says, this report needs work, they hear exactly that. The report needs work, not you are a failure. They can stay calm, listen to the feedback, and actually use it. Because they are not busy protecting their ego. They know that feedback about their work is not feedback about their worth. Game changer. Let me give you a real example. 2 people get the same performance review. Both got told they need to improve their time management. Person A takes it personally. My boss hates me. I am terrible at my job. I should just quit. Spends the next week spiraling. Person B does not take it personally. Okay, time management is an area I can work on. What systems can I put in place to improve? Spends the next week getting better. Same feedback, completely different lives. Here is what you need to understand. You do not have to take things personally. You can choose how you respond. Someone criticizes you, That is information, not an attack on your soul. Someone rejects you, that is their preference, not proof you are unlovable. Someone disagrees with you, that is a different perspective, not a threat to your intelligence. Once you separate what happens from what it means about you, you become unstoppable. So how do you actually stop taking things personally? Step 1, pause before you react. When someone says something that stings, take a breath. Ask yourself, is this really about me, or is there something else going on? Step 2, look for the lesson. What can you learn from this feedback? Even if it is delivered poorly, is there a kernel of truth you can use? Step 3, remind yourself of your worth. Your value is not determined by other people's opinions. You are enough, right now, as you are. When you stop taking things personally, everything changes. You become more resilient. Criticism does not break you anymore. You build stronger relationships. People can actually talk to you without walking on eggshells. You grow faster because you are not wasting energy defending yourself. You are using it to improve. And you feel lighter because you are not carrying around everyone else's opinions like they're facts. All right, here is where you come in. What is one time you took something personally and later realized it was not about you at all? Drop it in the comments. Let's learn from each other. And hey, if you want more emotional intelligence tips that actually work in real life, hit that subscribe button. Because this is the difference between surviving and thriving. Remember, not everything is about you. And that is actually good news, because it means you get to stop carrying the weight of everyone else's moods, opinions, and bad days. You get to be free. So stop taking things personally. Start taking things wisely. Your future self will thank you.